Hello, happy day, everybody. This is the 20th of March. And Wednesday is Mel's birthday. Not that I'm saying anything.
Thank you.
Our beautiful Mel. And he's back from St. Croix.
I had the best time. Oh my
He's
goodness.
talking about how beautiful it is there.
In Chicago, they dye the river green for St. Patrick's Day. And I saw pictures my friend posted, and they're all bundled up. It was cold here, evidently. We left here, it was snowing and sleet. It was like 33 degrees. We got there, it was 80. But anyway, I've been to St. Patrick's Day.
Was it humid?
You don't notice it because there's always a breeze blowing. The humidity is not that bad.
Okay.
My sinuses were great down there. No coughing, no
Did you
nothing.
get your sinuses cleared out?
I did, actually. It was amazing.
Good.
But the St. Patrick's Day, I'd heard that, St. Croix has one of the best in the Caribbean. Like, how great could it be? Oh my God, it was
fun.
Oh, it was so much fun. We have friends down there, and their friends had a private boat. And so we went to the parade in Christiansted. Christiansted is not real big. It's very small, actually, compared to Chicago. And it might be like 5 Chicago blocks. But we were on their boat, and then we watched the parade, and they got the stilt walkers. They call them local jumbies, and that was so cool. The everybody partying, dancing. Oh, the music was amazing.
Oh my God, I love it. I got to show you something. Hold on, you guys, 1 second. So it sounds like you had a fantastic time.
We did. It was fun.
I got to show you something that I got from Mary Fritz, one of our subscribers.
Oh, wow.
White patent leather rain boots.
I love that.
I'm razzed to go, just like to Satan. I also got this cute top, but there was no name on it. I love it. And I got these beautiful earrings. I've been waiting for months for these earrings. It got lost in the mail.
Oh, that happens to me. I get things and people forget to put their name on there,
and then you can't give them a proper hello.
I've gotten like a shirt. I've gotten like olive oil. I've gotten like the Mayoral lemons. Those are so good. That comes from my buddy. But I get stuff and people forget to put their names in it, and
well, people are so generous. They're just sending stuff because they want to. It's not about.
I know, but my point is, I don't know how to call them by name and say thank you. So
I know. I get that a lot too. I actually waited 3 months to get this stuff because of the rings and stuff, and my sister's back in school. She's the one that takes care of my mail. So I'm sure I'll have to do a show because I have so many things to show. But anyway.
There you go. Linda's Museum.
And we did our little party for Jeffy yesterday. I've cooked kebabs, and the meat was like butter because I had marinated for 2 days. And we had chocolate cake with custard filling and whipped cream frosting. I couldn't wait to have a piece of that cake, but I got a little nauseous, and I think it was just so rich.
Sometimes whipped cream can do that.
Yeah, I think it was just too rich.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about us. What do you guys think of us? So anyway,
put a little amaretto in there with some sugar and the whipped cream.
I bet that is delish. Really, oh my God, that's a good idea. I'm going to try that. It's okay. Really, and what about the custard? What do you do for the custard?
When I make bread pudding, I mix the eggs up. I put nutmeg, ground nutmeg. I put a little amaretto in there. If you got to make sure that people aren't allergic to nuts, though. Okay. And then a little extract of pure almond. Put a little bit of that, not much, just a touch. A little bit of vanilla, and put that up. And then I just take I use the Italian Christmas bread. I cut it up, and then I pour that mixture over the bread.
Right, but what about custard filling for a cake? Do you ever do a custard filling for a cake?
No, but I'd probably figure it out.
I can figure it out. So listen, let's hit the questions. People are dying to know. Mel had heard nothing until just now. He didn't know that Tuesday, the ex-president of the United States announced he's going to be. Oh, by the way, I got somebody that wrote, this isn't a news channel, or that I was no good with news, or this isn't news. It's like, buddy, I'm not a news channel. Well, what'd you even think I was?
We don't claim to be a news channel. We never have.
This is fake. That's what he said. This is fake news. I said, no, dude.
Obviously,
Chumley.
he hasn't watched what we do because we're just giving predictions on what's going on
And
in
for
the news.
entertainment purposes only. But anyway, let's take a look at the orange chicken. Telling everybody to gather your arms and come on down. And
So would we call that inciting another riot?
yeah,
Another coup, huh?
yeah.
How is the media dealing with that?
Hold on 1 second. I have to tell Mary I'm in the middle of reading. Wait. Okay, how was the meeting with that?
No, how is the media handling that? I guess.
Oh, they're going crazy. That's all they're talking about, which is interesting. So what time did you get in last night?
Well, by the time we got home, it was 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and I was so tired because we'd gotten up at like 6:30. And so we flew from St. Croix to St. Thomas, and then customs in St. Thomas was a nightmare. It took almost 2 hours to get through. And then, we got home later last night, and I was just exhausted, so I didn't do much.
Yeah, so you guys you didn't turn on your TV.
Nope, didn't watch it, didn't touch it.
So apparently Trump is throwing in one of his attorneys that used to work with Michael Cohen. He's going before the grand jury today. Trump's acting like this is the piece that'll clear all this up. And then they have Michael Cohen coming in to clean it up or to say, now the guy's lying or whatever. Then, according to Trump, the DA hasn't announced Tuesday is going to be the day. But I do see an indictment coming. I just don't know when.
Well, how did Trump know that Tuesday was supposed to be
some sort of leak? Wherever he goes, there's a leak.
Of course.
It could even be his Secret Service guys know somebody in New York. He always finds out. There's definitely an indictment coming.
People are also concerned about Georgia because I did read right before we went on, I did check breaking news real quick. And he's trying to do something to squelch the records in Georgia from the grand jury investigation so they can't use them other places and they can't be made public and they can't do anything with it. And I just got a feeling that people would also want to know about that.
Yeah, it's not going to work, but you can look at it.
Okay, I don't think it'll work either.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Nothing he touches works. He's going, let me tell you, watch Andre. I'll be on with Andre on Wednesday. Based on his chart, he's got nothing but bad news coming up. There's no breaks.
I'm just wondering how that other network is going to deal with it, what they're going to be saying.
Fox News?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Didn't Tucker Carlson say he can't stand Trump? He'll be glad when he's gone.
Well, yeah, on a text message.
Yeah, but none of them, there's a lot of people that will side, just like Liz Cheney told everybody. You'd be surprised how many Republicans would love to see Trump go down and get lost because he's just put this vice grip on all of them.
Well, the D's deceit, divert, I mean, detract.
He's never had to pay for his sins. And it's not up to us to judge him. It's not up to us. But there's things that are going to happen that are about ready to turn. Now, I never saw him going in jail. Technically, they really can't put him in jail. Someone wrote me, and it sounded feasible to me. He may end up in like a military hospital. The Secret Service has to be with him unless he's found to have started an incitement or whatever this is. He tried to turn over illegal.
If he's telling people to do what they're saying in New York, then that's obviously inciting another insurrection. And
isn't that something Jack Smith is probably running now and typing up? He's proven beyond a reasonable doubt who he is.
You know, if somebody from another political party did one iota of what Trump has done, they would have been indicted years
Oh
ago.
my God.
And
Could you
some people
imagine
say,
if Bill Clinton had done that?
or Hillary Clinton
Oh
or
my God.
Barack Obama. I mean, some people say that the reason he hasn't been indicted is because he hasn't done anything wrong. That's some Trumplicans, but
Oh yeah, the Republicans also say he was never impeached. He was impeached twice.
impeach means to bring to trial. It doesn't mean to remove from office. But, you know, I guess people will believe what they want to believe, and the Trumplican, his base is his base. And basically, you know, he's diverting the attention away. Look, you know, that's what he's doing by
Yeah,
telling.
well, like if he heard rumor that he may be arrested on Tuesday, he tried, like you're saying on the news, and I totally believe them. He's trying to take control of all this
He is
and
absolutely.
get out, protest. And then fortunately, McCarthy said, no, we don't want people protesting. But some other wise guy, a governor somewhere, Republican, said, yes, protest.
Well, McCarthy is in Trump's hip pocket. I mean, we know who's controlling the House. It's not McCarthy, it's Trump.
Yeah.
And so
Trump
that,
isn't looking good, my friend. He's really phobic right now. When you're fight or flight like this, you can make mistakes.
I keep getting hits about his health.
Oh my God, you're right. You're right. Now he's doing a big event in Texas.
He's got to
It's going to cause some turmoil, and then he's really in trouble.
He's got to look for like stroke or heart. I mean, I don't wish him ill health. I don't wish anybody ill health, but I'm telling you, my guys have been telling me.
That's what Andre and I've been saying since I started 6 years ago. I saw him in that glass coffin.
Right.
But I knew his health was bad, but I never saw him going to jail. Not a jail in a sense of behind bars. I didn't see that.
I've never seen that either. And he probably won't give up running for president, which is.
Well, clear your mind. Because he's losing popularity no matter what he says. That the polls are showing he's losing popularity. Clear your mind. Will Trump be indicted on Tuesday?
I heard a little bit later.
That's what I got now. Will Trump be indicted on Thursday? No, Friday. This Friday. It's more leaning towards Friday or Monday.
See, I kept hearing add some days.
Okay.
You know, unless somebody's just feeding him false information, but you know, if there's a leak and somebody's telling him he's going to be, you know, he's going to be arrested or indicted, it's like, you know, they need to find out where the leak is coming from.
Right.
Unless
yeah,
Trump just
that's when they put out something fake, and then whoever spread that, then they know.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. But I do see him indicted. That is without a doubt. I see him indicted in Georgia. I see him indicted in New York. You know, my guides have been saying for a very, very, very long time that the women will bring him down.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all thought that Stormy Daniels thing was over and done. And we both said, Linda, you and I, no, that's going to come back to the forefront. And here we are.
But Stormy Daniels isn't a big tamale. Stormy Daniels is not going to be the thing that takes him down. It's going to be Jack Smith.
Oh, I agree with that.
And Georgia's a big deal too.
No, but who's heading the investigation in Georgia? A woman.
Fanny.
The women will take him down.
Yeah.
So, and I hold to that.
And you know, Stormy's a woman, so.
Well, he took himself. Trump took himself down.
Yeah.
Okay. What you got, Linda?
Okay, hold on. Now, did you get questions too? It's your turn.
I think I've got the same ones you have, but we could just
We can
alternate.
just pick off of it, yeah.
Okay, Chris Entwistle. Hi, Chris. How you doing? The Ukrainian children that Putin took, will they
Oh.
ever be united with their families?
Some will. You know, they put out an arrest warrant for Putin
Oh, they
based
did.
on this, but the people that did it have no jurisdiction to be able to take him in. He's
Wow.
just putting his nose up at them.
I
Him
think
and Trump are both coming to a day of they're
reckoning.
gonna have to pay the piper.
Well, I see Putin and some of his cronies being indicted for crimes against humanity. Now, Putin might not be alive when that.
Oh God, I think my tea bottle accidentally hit the recording stop and we would have lost everything. Yay.
Anyway, I think as I was saying before my heart jumped in my mouth.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I was in the kitchen the other day and out of the blue, my water thing just turned on by itself to make a cup of tea, my electric water thing. I got something going on here. So go ahead.
You're working for us. I think at some point, Putin is going to be indicted and tried for war crimes, even if he's not alive. You know, and we'll see that in our lifetime. We'll see it a lot sooner than later. And I see Putin and a lot of his cronies, but there's going to be a lot coming out from Putin, you know, about Trump. I see some people coming forward from Russia and spilling the beans a lot
Well,
about.
people spilt the beans and to Mueller. He
Right.
talked about that Russia was in the middle of helping Trump become president.
But there's more. There's more
Okay.
coming. A lot more.
Well, I think they do have video of him on the bed jumping up and down with
They
the
do.
prostitutes.
And I think there's some people very close to Putin that when Putin's gone will come forward and tell everything to save their own skin, but they're not going to be lying.
Yeah, they've already placed these children in Russian homes and they're
Well, I think the kids will remember their parents
I do too.
and their biological parents, and at some point they'll want to be reunited. Not all, but many of them I see. So
Yeah. And now I have a question. Hello, Miss Linda and Auntie Mel. South Carolina has 21 Republican lawmakers who voted that women should get the death penalty for having an abortion, even if they miscarried. Even though it did not pass, isn't this getting a little too, as we should, Miss Linda says, cray. Do you see this happening in other states? Other people are trying to do the death penalty.
I think it's becoming way too draconian. It really is. You know, I think they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing to see what they can get by with. And I think that it didn't pass in South Carolina is a good thing because people are standing up and say, we have had enough.
Well, you know, a mother with 6 kids and has an abortion, I mean, a spontaneous abortion, and she's going to get the death penalty. You're going to take that mother away from the 6 kids she has? That doesn't make any sense.
You know, they're not pro-life, they're pro-birth.
Yeah.
They're one hoot about what's going to happen to those children once they're born. And it's like my friend Jim Hall says, hi, Jim, hi, Rosaire. He said, do you think 1 nanosecond that those politicians care one thing about abortion? The answer is no. They're just doing it to pander to the ultra right so they can keep their power.
Yeah, and the other thing is, what about the men? There's no repercussions for men, and you can still buy Viagra, no problem.
Yeah, and how many of those men whose mistresses have had?
Oh yeah, see, they can fly someplace else and pay for an abortion.
Right.
Let's see if a woman actually serves a death penalty because she had an abortion. Pie in the sky, absolutely not. They may attempt to try to put somebody in jail. I see jail here, but nope. You know, I think even the Supreme Court has to say no.
Well, I was just thinking that I see somebody jailed, but it'll go all the way to the Supreme Court.
Court, and they'll say, no, you can't kill somebody. No.
You know, I heard that woman in Kentucky, Kim Davis, who refused to give marriage licenses to the gay couples, that she had her day in court. I didn't follow it. My great niece sent me the video on it. I didn't even look at it. I figured, you know what, she had, you know, look how she's faded by the wayside.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I see once Roe v.
What do you mean her day in court?
Well, because a federal judge told her that she had to issue them and she wouldn't do it. So he put her in jail for a week. And I guess her court date has come up because she wouldn't issue the licenses. So I don't know.
Oh, well, they made her out to be a big hero.
I know, but you know, look how that just kind of went by the wayside. So
that Kyle Rittenhouse is going by the wayside too. The families are suing him, which is good. And also he's begging for money because he's being picked on.
I wouldn't give him any money. You know, it's funny. I see Roe v. Wade, as I said, once again upheld. And so I see different justices on the court. And a lot of this, I've already said it today, is litmus test to see what they think they can get by with. But they're going to keep pushing these ultra right-wing Republicans, but they're not going to get by with a lot of it. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Water Lily.
I like Water Lily. Yeah.
The former Republican Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Ben Barnes, confirmed what many have long believed, that he, along with others, had an active hand in delaying the release of American hostages in Iran to sabotage then President Carter's presidential campaign in 1980. Ooh, will there be any legal fallout? Wow.
What is it? Can you repeat that again?
She's saying that the former Republican Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Ben Barnes, has confirmed that he, along with others, were very active in delaying the release of the American hostages in Iran so they could sabotage President Carter's presidential campaign in 1980. Jesus
Christ.
If you remember back right before the election, those Americans were taken hostage in the American embassy. It was stormed by the group led by the Ayatollah Khomeini, and they kept them. And so they're saying that they interfered in getting those hostages released early because they wanted to look good for Reagan, so that Reagan would win the election and not Carter.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Will there be any legal fallout from this confirmation? No. And the answer, well, a lot of them, the players are dead.
They're dead. Carter's getting ready to pass himself.
Well, yeah, but it was against Carter.
Yeah, but his soul is intact. He doesn't have time to go back on this.
Right. But I still think there might be a few left over that might have to answer, that might have to answer the call of the piper, if you will.
Right. I don't see anything happening.
But then if Donald Trump says he's going to be saying, but see, they did it back then.
It's really sad, but it makes sense. I don't think Carter would have won because he was a good guy.
I think Reagan played on that whole hostage thing, and
yeah.
But anyway.
Well, let me tell you, Carter's soul's intact. That I can tell you. Doesn't matter what you do down here; it's what happens over there.
So, do you have one, Linda?
Do I have what?
Question.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Seascape wants to know.
I got one, but what do you want?
Well, I got one. You can tell the way I talk.
Well, you better share it.
Okay. Do you think Fanny Willis will indict this week? It would make sense while all the attention to New York. It's funny that she said that because I was feeling Fanny Willis is coming up soon.
She is.
I'll be honest with you. I think you and I discussed this, but I always thought Fanny would be before New York.
So did I. I always did. And I'm thinking, But you and I have both said when everybody thought that New York thing was over and done, we're like, it's not over and done yet.
Yeah, people were mad at him too.
I know, but okay. Judith Gash. Tuesday, Trump is being booked in New York City. Well, we don't know that yet. Will they be taking an unscheduled stop on the way back to Florida, like stopping in Georgia to be booked there also? Nice.
Here comes the bus. Here comes the bus. I don't see that.
Okay. Patty Cunningham, where is Mark Meadows? Not hiding her hair of him in a long.
I know. He kind of went against Trump. He's sort of underhanded.
I think he's planning something, but you know what? I still see them investigating him as well. I don't think he's quite out of the way with that yet. Oh, Lucky's gonna bark. The landscapers are out there.
Oh Lord.
Lucky, quiet.
I barely heard a little squeak.
I'm sorry.
So this is an interesting question. Hi, lovely Mel and Linda. This is not a personal question. At least I don't think it is. I do Reiki. I was working on someone that was getting close to passing. I had one hand cup up towards the ceiling to receive the energy and the other hand on the person. The hand that was cupped up felt cold. What was that? Usually my hands get hot and tingly. Thank you for taking the time to answer this.
That was a spirit starting to leave.
I just saw, well, no, I see a spirit in the room that touched her hand, and usually the spirits aren't warm, they're cold.
Cold, yeah.
That's what I saw.
All right. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know, the thing also, a lot of people are saying, when will this, the problem is time frames. We're not good with time frames.
Yeah, I'm not good with time frames either. Oh, David Cadmus asked, will Israel escape the grip of he calls them Netanyahu. It's not Netanyahu, I think. They were protesting. I heard that much. I think they were protesting in the streets in Israel, weren't they?
Even the army is.
Wow.
They don't like what he's going to try to change the judicial system to work on his behalf. That's a Trump move.
What was he trying to do exactly?
It's like telling the Supreme Court you have no more power here.
You know, if the military...
And they get to pick who's going to be on their committees.
This like letting the bank robber watch the bank. You know, you just said something and the psychic light bulb went on. My psychic light bulb went on. When you said even the military was protesting, my guides just told me Netanyahu's generals will turn against him. And if the people don't overthrow him, they will. I
felt Netanyahu's days are numbered. Not necessarily for death. Like I see them kind of taking him out.
His days are numbered as prime minister of Israel. And I also see that he's going to have to stand trial.
Okay.
I just got a hint that he's getting some advice from Putin under the table as well.
Oh, I'm telling you, I can't believe that they've been saying he's terrible. I can't believe he's still in. I saw him eventually having to come out of Israel.
Yes,
because
I see.
He's been underhanded. You know why he wants to do this. You know that he's under investigation for corruption.
Of course. But I see him indicted. I'm talking about Netanyahu.
Okay.
And at some point, I do see him incarcerated.
Yeah.
Okay,
let me get a question here. I just accidentally head flipped off. Okay, so when they say when, sometimes it's hard to wow. Kim G, hello. I think we are at the 4th armed standoff in Montana this week. How bad is this going to get here? Thank you. I don't know why they're in a standoff. Why are people, because Montana's very red.
I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard.
Don't either. Let me just see what it says.
I can look up Montana real quick while you're Googling.
Yeah, look it up.
Montana standoff, right?
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on. You all excuse me 1 second. Oh, there was a standoff with police.
Well, for what?
I guess. Wow. Suspect surrenders after 14-hour standoff with police 2 days ago. And then I think there might have been another one if I'm looking correctly. I don't see any more standoffs like that. The answer is no. I guess it was
I'm seeing maybe another one this summer, but I'm almost seeing a federal interference coming in, kind of getting rid of these people that are creating chaos. I don't know what that
a
means.
really good question.
What?
What are you saying about the mayoral race in Chicago?
Oh, didn't like her or like something.
Lightfoot did not win. So now
Why did people not like her, by the way?
Well, in the beginning, people did, but then she didn't do really much on crime in the city, especially, the gun violence. And she, she just, people saw her assault on gun violence, that they saw her as, not an effective police department. I think the Chicago Police Department does a great job for what they have to do. And so it was just all of that kind of thing. Okay. So there's Paul Vallis, who I think is probably more of a Republican acting like a Democrat. And then let me just see here. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
He's more like Paul Vallis is more like, I think, acts more like a Republican. So it's Vallis and Johnson. Okay. Let's see. So I'll show you their pictures. Give me 1 second. Whoops. So Paul Vallis was the former Chicago public school head of the public schools and teachers union. I think, let me see here. I'm looking to see who the other candidate. No, I'm sorry. The other guy, Chicago Teachers Union organizer Brandon Johnson. So this is Brandon Johnson.
Okay.
Who I am more for. And that is Paul Vallis. So people are questioning, who's it going to be?
Paul Vallis. Let me look.
All right.
Doesn't look like he'll win. Johnson, will he win? Johnson doesn't look good either.
Well, neither one of them scored that high, and
yeah,
but it's down to those two. So,
will Vallis win the mayoral spot?
I'm thinking it's more like Johnson. I really do.
Will Johnson win the mayoral? So yeah, it's more Johnson.
I mean, Vallis is really giving a run for his money, so we shall see. Okay. But anyway, whoever wins, I don't think they're going to be mayor long, because after that, I see somebody coming along who's going to be a very strong mayor for the city. Kind of like another Daley, maybe not a Daley, but somebody that could be that strong.
Right, exactly.
That's what I see coming. But anyway.
Oh, here's a good question.
All right.
Happy birthday, Mel.
Thank you.
Well, this is from Dakota. Will the librarians in North Dakota win their class action lawsuit against the state of North Dakota based on violations of the First and 14th Amendment? One bill would make it a felony for librarians to have I think she's want to say sexual books in the presence of children. And the second bill requires all books with sexual nature be removed from library shelves. And oddly enough, animal husbandry is included.
You're kidding. I have to laugh. But if that were a religious book, boy, if somebody tried to take it off the shelves, they would have their underwear.
Or about the wonderful Trump.
Exactly. I think the teachers are going to win that one. That's what I feel.
I felt it right while I was reading it.
Good. Yes. You know, they're the first ones to talk about, you know, the ultra right-wing Trumpaholics are the first ones to talk about free speech and freedom, but yet they're trying to limit everybody else's expression of freedom. You can't read a book.
Exactly.
Come on, give me a break.
Right. And the thing is, they make a big deal out of this, but the internet can give you anything you want. So it's like, whatever.
You know, if I had kids in some of those states, I'd probably homeschool them because I want my kids to read Catcher in the Rye and To Kill a Mockingbird.
You know, I was working for in a place that we had high schoolers come in. It was like, it wasn't the hospital, it was the clinic. And so we allowed the kids to come in and we walked them through the clinics of what they do and blah, blah, blah. I think this is like high school kids that were thinking about going into nursing. We had this boy sitting at one of the computers and we did this and that. And something happened where I went back on that computer and it was nothing but porn.
Oh, jeez.
And so I had to call the head and say, that student put nothing but porn on this. It's like, you can't have any nice things, you know?
I got promoted or something.
Jesus.
All right. This is a good one from Sweetie Darling Lulu. I love
I
that.
like Sweetie Darling Lulu.
Okay. Linda and Mel, love you. Republicans in Florida are banning girls from talking about their menstrual cycle.
Oh my God.
Why are men so uncomfortable about the female body? I don't, you know, it's like my friend Jim says. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I just think they're throwing something at the wall to see what'll stick. They don't give one hoot about that. All they care about is pandering to the Christian nationalists, the so-called Christian nationalists.
Yeah.
And the rest
There's
of us
not that many of them.
Then the rest of us are tired of that minority cramming their stuff down our throat.
There was a guy on my excuse me, on Midas Touch. And he said there was a guy who wrote an article for the New York Post and talked about how crummy Biden was and all this. And he said, you guys, normally I don't bring up people that would write for such a thing like the New York Post because that's Murdoch owned. He said, but I have to read you the responses from high-end CEOs and everything. The smart comebacks. I've been seeing that too, even on Twitter. People saying, you know, I don't know what the hell you're doing here. It makes absolutely no sense, you know. Just, you know, stop it. Stop it. But, you know, nobody was saying, yeah, you're right. Everybody was saying, no, you're wrong. So that's kind of cool. If you look at Twitter even, I'm not seeing all those pro-Trumpsters rallying like they did. It's more people saying their piece.
Correct. Exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And,
like,
you know,
even McCarthy will post something like an idiot.
well,
And I look for people that say, oh, yes, sir, we believe. No, everybody's saying, get out of here.
Rupert Murdoch can't, I'm sorry, not Rupert Murdoch. The guy that owns it, Musk. He can't really say anything about people speaking their mind on there because he's the one that talked about free speech. And so.
Yeah.
All right. Denise W. Highland and Mel, do you see some Republicans in the House causing havoc with the debt ceiling? They'll try.
Yeah, that the Republicans may shut it down. They'll be so close, it's not even funny.
Well, you know, the debt ceiling is not about future budget. It's about
no, it's not.
And so
I think they'll get enough letters from their constituents that say, don't you dare. Don't you even dare. They're using it now, but I really don't think they will actually do that, because it's not going to get rid of Biden. They're not going to hurt Biden. They're only
and
going
they
to
don't get paid either. If they do that, they don't get paid.
right.
I mean, look at when the Democrats had control of the House, how smooth things went. There wasn't all this chaos, this anarchy.
Yeah.
And now within a few months,
But let me ask you something.
I still don't see the Republicans holding onto the House, by the way. My guides tell me.
Oh, no. Well, they've showed who they are.
Right.
But also, a while ago, when Trump was in office, and they stopped remember, they weren't paying anybody, but the Congress people could still get paid.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they changed that when the Dems got in there. Now,
Right.
if you don't do the budget, even the budget, not this other one to pay our debts,
You don't get
the
paid.
Republicans don't get paid.
That's what I keep saying. If they do this, they don't get paid.
They don't get paid.
Then Marjorie Taylor Greene will have to pay her debts, her fine some way through not going through the metal detectors.
Jesus Christ.
The ice queen. Okay. I don't know if we touched on this one, Seascape. Do you think, is it Fanny or Fanny? I can't pronounce her name.
I think didn't I read that one?
Fanny Willis will indict this week.
Yeah, I think, did I read that one, or did I read it and not say it out loud?
I don't know if
Is it this week? Fanny Willis.
Do you think Fanny Willis will indict this?
I'm getting yes.
I think so too. I'm hearing an
Maybe
indictment.
she does come through before New York.
Could be, because I'm hearing an indictment. That's why Trump's wanting to get everything squelched. That's what I'm picking up.
He's not going to get nothing squelched.
Let me see here.
Except the poo in his diapers.
Oh, this is going by Cindy. It's not anything political, but Linda, love you and Mel together. Thank you. Always a good time. My question is, when you vivid dream, are you astral projecting to another dimension? You could be
sometimes in lucid dreaming you can.
Yeah. I mean,
but you do stay close to your body. You know, they don't allow you to go too far.
No, otherwise you end up over there.
Did you ever have repeat dreams where you go to sleep and you wake up and you start off again?
Yes.
I've done that like with four different times where I woke up and had lucid dreaming.
It's like it's called lucid dreaming. That's right. And it's like, damn, you know, I wake up and it's like, oh, I didn't want to lose that dream. I want to go back and finish it.
Yeah.
Then, oh, here's a good one, Purple Sky. Why did Macron in France raise the retirement age in the way he did? There is so much rioting and unrest now.
Oh, it's terrible over in France. I'm glad we're not there right now.
I don't blame the people of France for being upset, although violence is never the answer, especially because of the way this was handled.
He did it for financial. It's like they were getting ready to crash and burn. What he did was he changed the retirement age, where, by the way, most people in France get to retire at age 62 and spend a longer time retired than they did. You know what I'm saying? So right. The government's paying them until they finally die at 100. Right. So he raised it from 62 to 64. And they, you know, it's almost like, really? I don't know what the type of work is, but he did it without going through Parliament or bringing it up for some sort of vote. I think this is going to get him in real trouble. I see him desperate to do it because of financial, but now he's going to pay the piper. That's what I'm hearing. Well,
let's see when elections roll around again.
Yeah, he'll lose.
Because I just hope it's not going to be some ultra conservative like Le Pen or Le Pen, or however you pronounce her name, coming around again and making France xenophobic. So
it could be someone like her that says, hey, I'll take it back to 62, you know.
Or hopefully it'll improve the economy enough so that, I don't know, we'll see.
Oh, they're just, you should see it. It's terrible. They're just strewing garbage everywhere.
But I
But
don't
you
think,
know, our people are talking about raising retirement to 70.
I don't feel they'll change it back to 62 in France. I think they'll leave it where it's at.
Okay.
You know, I still see their economy struggling, even if people are working longer. I understand the logic behind it. It makes
I do
sense.
too, yeah.
But I still don't see some ultra right winger taking over in France, thank God.
Oh, good, good. You know, I
Okay.
had that boyfriend I had that worked for the government. He was a prison official. And, you know, he started with them at a very young age and he was going to be able to retire because I think 20 years or 30 years and you get a pension. And it doesn't matter if you're young, you get a pension.
After 20 years. I don't think you get the full one. If you'd wait until you're a certain age, you get more, but at least I think you get like 70% or something.
Yeah.
This isn't bad after 20 years. I got time for this one. How about this one, Linda? Got time for
Okay.
one more?
One
Sean.
more. One
Okay.
more.
Hello, lovely Linda and Marvelous Mel. Thank you. I keep hearing predictions of instability in Australia. Do you see any major civil unrest in Melbourne, state of Victoria? If yes, what will happen and when is the cause and how is the community affected? Thank you. I do see some instability coming there. And the same thing can happen there and in Canada as well that happened here. So I think, do I ever see a Trumplican or a Trump-like person taking charge of the whole country of Canada? No.
Yeah, I just heard no.
But I do see some problems in some of the provinces with the ultra right trying to take control.
So they have an ultra right too, like us?
So my guides are telling me to tell the people in Australia, you know, who
They'll
aren't,
come together. They're going to be okay.
let your voices be heard.
Yeah. There's also some natural disasters coming up in Australia.
Well, everywhere with climate change.
Oh, it's that. I was talking to somebody, who was it, or someone wrote me and was worried about this or that. And I said, let me tell you what people should be worried about.
Change.
Climate change, because everybody's telling me, Linda, when are we going to come together? When is this madness going to stop? Mother Earth is getting ready to create some chaos, and we will just worry about being able to maintain some sort of home or roof over our heads. This is nothing to look at this. This is March and we got another huge storm coming tomorrow in California.
Mother Nature will always win. Always.
Yeah, always.
I can't remember when we've had this mild of a winter in Chicago. I mean, I mean, it's like, and it gets, and every year it gets milder and milder and more mild. I've never seen it.
Now, so, you know, I can't give you a time frame, you know, it is happening slowly. But even Edgar Casey talked about this. He'd been predicting this for a long time, that the shift, this pole shift that's taking place, even right now as we speak, you know, we got chaos coming. I'm telling you right now, it is going to be. And what I really see is even, I know why we even brought this up was because of China. China's really showing their ass right now. And I felt disasters. I'm not wishing for disasters. I felt disasters, natural disasters taking place. Well, they're just going to worry about helping their people.
My guides have shown me we haven't tipped the scale too far over yet with climate change, so that, you know, it's going to create like extinction level or massive starvation.
Right. And we can stop that if we vibrationally connect to universal consciousness.
You still stop it, but if we don't,
then they
pass the no return, then
because vibrationally the earth is connected to us.
It's beast is, I mean, it's
in our love for the earth and our energy and just asking, you know, and taking care of the earth, it vibrationally can help, maybe even make it less destructive. But let me tell you, China's getting ready to get hit with something.
They are, you're right. You know, it's funny, when I turn on the water in the morning, I find myself not letting it run as long. I find myself thinking about, you know, preserving more resources and things like that. So I think part of it comes with mindset, but we haven't come far yet. But if we don't do something, we're going to.
Right. Well,
But China's gonna get hit with some major flooding.
yeah, and China is just a smog city. It's just really smog. They just don't care about environmental. Something's gonna happen. I don't know. I changed that grass to that $7,000 carpet out there, that fake lawn that I worried the dogs wouldn't go poo-poo on because, it's not a real grass. Shoot, they couldn't wait to get on. Oh, look at this nice carpet. Let's take a big crap right here. Jesus. So, but it really cut my water bill is so low now.
Oh, I see, because of you gotta water the
Because
grass.
I didn't want to water the lawn anymore. Plus
Gotcha.
Lulu's, did you know female dog urine will ruin a lawn?
Oh, I know.
Ruin it. I had just put a new lawn in when I moved in. By the time I brought her home, within a year, it had big old, burned out marks.
Yellow spots.
Yellow
Boy
spots.
dogs, not so bad, but girl dogs, oh man.
Girl dogs will ruin it.
Oh yeah.
But because Jack is the baby and came in after his sister, he squats like his sister to take a whiz.
Oh, that's good. So he's not marking.
No, he's not marking. Never has.
But
He's
anyway.
afraid to mark.
Might fall over.
He don't dare lift his leg to me. Let me tell you right now. So, well, my friend, it was wonderful talking to you. We'll hook up next Monday.
Next Monday, my show.
We're back on track.
Back on track. All right.
So.
Stay well, Linda. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste. Everybody, we love you. Stay grounded. Thank universe for everything we have. Look at peace. Don't be frightened. Try not to be frightened. And pray for others even. We don't wish anything bad on other nations, but know that they're taking care of things.
That's right.
All right. Cheers, everyone.